Hi and Assalamualaikum. In this video, our group will present about the simulation modeling for evaluation performance of service system at Agrobank by using Arena software. We have 5 members in our group, which is me, myself, Ahmad Afiq, as the first presenter. Next, we will have Nick Nur Shafika as the second presenter, Nurul Bushra as our third presenter. Fourth presenter, we will have Fatin Zulhana, and lastly, Sharifah Nur Azrin as our last presenter. We will start our presentation with background and scope of our project. As I mentioned earlier, in our title of presentation, we focus on the service system in Agrobank. There are a lot of Agrobank branches in Malaysia, but as our main reference, we have chosen a branch of Agrobank in Bandar Permaisuri, Setiu, Terengganu. The bank is located at number 3 ground floor of MDS building in Bandar Permaisuri. For the operation hours of the bank is from 9 in the morning until 5 in the evening. It consists of 3 workers and 1 manager that help to operate the bank. In the bank's office, there are 2 main type of counters, which are open account counter and other services counters. The bank also have waiting area, number ticket machine, fill form area, and a manager counter. Let's move on to the problems that we got from observing the system in the Bandar Permaisuri Agrobank. The Bandar Permaisuri Agrobank's branch has a small number of workers that are working in the operation counter. The system is not very effective despite only 1 hour of resting time given for the workers. This kind of situation may tire the workers because of the short resting time. In this situation, the workers tend to make mistakes and will make the systems become slower.
This is our objective in this study, which is first, we want to develop a simulation of queuing system in the Agrobank. Second, we want to determine the performance at counter that involve process such as fill form, open account, and other services counter. And third, we want to determine whether the modified worker schedule affect the productivity in the Agrobank system. For the methodology, these steps have been taken in conducting this project, which is first, we do the data collection method. Second, the simulation process. Third, we boot the simulation model using Arena software. Fourth, we verify and validate the model. 5, we experimented the model. And lastly, we analyze and presenting the result. This figure has shown that the state of flowchart in the simulation process, which is first, when the customer arrive, they will fill the form and then take the number and then wait in the waiting area and go to the counter and then exit the system. For data collection method, we are using our hypothetical data. Since our current situation did not allow us to get the data from face-to-face at the Agrobank, the hypothetical data is based on our knowledge and observation of the operation in the bank, and also observation throughout the online interview session with one of the staff at the Agrobank. The duration of the collection of our collection data is about 8 hours every day for 5 days. Since the operation hour is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We had developed a few input variables of the data in order to achieve the objective of the project, which the data variable are consist of this.
Data distribution by input analyzer. Input analyzer is standard Arena tool that is designed to fit distribution to observe the data, and it provides the parameter. Analyzer calculate number to measure how well distribution match our input data from our heuristical data. Table show the result of input analyzer of Agrobank. First, arrival process. We use distribution exponential. Second, fill form process. We use distribution uniform. Third, for the waiting process, we use distribution expression. 4, for the open account, we use distribution uniform. Lastly, for the other service, we use Distribution of uniform. Simulation model of AgroBank. This is simple flowchart for our simulation model. This is show the complete flowchart for our AgroBank. Module that we use for our simulation. First, we have used a create module for our arrival customer. Next, we have 4 process, which is first, fill form process, take number, other service process, and open account process. And we also use decide module, and we also use record module to record how many customer choose other service and how many customer choose open account. Lastly, for the dispose model, we are named as exit model. In this flowchart, we have station and road, and we also use that in our other service process. And in this flowchart, we also use schedule for the other service process, which means the staff we have a break at least 1 hour. Okay, next I will explain about flow process. Firstly, the customer will start from the arrival station and they will go to the fill form process. After they finish, they will take their number and they will wait in a waiting area. And we also use decide module because there is 50% of customer will choose the open account process and 80% will choose the other service and 50% will exit the system. After they finish getting their service, they will exit the system. This figure shows the animation of AgroBank.
Verifying and validation of the model. This table shows the mean, standard variation, and actual mean for each process for seed replication. Next is average one for differences. Formula differences is simulated output minus actual data over actual data times 100. The rule is it is valid if less than 10%. As we can see, for 3 main processes, all our models are valid. Next, we plan for experimental model. We decide to increase that 1 hour break to 1.5 hour break for staff 1 and staff 2 by using schedule set. This figure shows the improvement of the model.
Let's continue with analysis and result.
The video above shows the process in AgroBank system. As we can see, customer from the entrance, we go to the fill forms, then take the number. Next, wait patiently until the number will be called. After the number will be called, the customer will go to the counter to get their service, whether to open account counter or other services counter. After they get the services, they will exit the system. That means the customer has left the system. Next, we go to the result of the finding. As we can see from the summary report result, we have analyzed 3 processes in the AgroBank system, which is fill form process, open account counter process, and other services counter process. The result we had been used to analyze is from the average. Then, the analysis had been done to achieve our second objective, which is to determine the performance of the process in the AgroBank system, which is fill form process, open account counter process, and other services process. So we go to the comparison result between experimental design and current scenario. For the experimental design, we had increased the lunch hour for every worker in AgroBank system, which is from 1 hour to 1 hour and a half. To achieve our third objective, which is to determine whether the modify of the worker schedule will affect the productivity of the system in AgroBank or not. As from the result in the table above, we can see that does not much affect the productivity in the AgroBank system if we increase the rest hour for the staff in the AgroBank, because does not have shown the really big difference between current scenario and between the experimental design.
Lastly is for the conclusion.
For the conclusion, we can see that for staff 1, staff 2, and staff 3 are 36.76%, 36.30%, and 70.77% respectively. Considering that they have to take a 1 hour break for their break time, this will cause fatigue to the staff and obviously will affect their performance. Hence, we accept the recommendation to make 1.5 hour to the staff as their break hour in order to help reduce their fatigue, since the different result of analysis is acceptable.
That's all from our group. Thank you.